Are you ready for Power Wagon versus
Jeep Gladiator?
Oh,
Supercharged.
Supercharged. It's not really fair because you've done supercharged.
We'll actually put this on an even line.
Oh yeah, maybe so. We're gonna drag race, and we're first gonna do a tow test. We want to show off our new Conquerors. We got a UEV-14, a UEV-19.
Yeah.
And we actually have towed the Conquerors quite a bit. The 490 a ton, and the Conquerors are one of the best towing trailers I've ever towed. I mean, I've taken the 490 at 90 miles per hour, actually.
That's what the 90 stands for, actually?
Yeah, that's what the 90 stands. No, absolutely does not. We do not recommend towing 90 miles per hour. That's dangerous, not safe. But it doesn't, there's no sway. They tow really good.
Yeah, see, maybe a silly thing to think that I need to think or be worried about if I'm gonna have sway on a trailer. But we've towed so many trailers that actually some trailers do have sway.
Yeah.
And so it is a concern. And so we try to find the trailers that tow the best.
Yeah, for sure, as we go through them. And so a lot of times here at ROA, what we're all about, our sales coaches, when you call in, we talk about, well, what truck are you using, what vehicle, and what we'll recommend. You need a friction sway controller, you need a weight distribution hitch, because that trailer sways, especially if you got a smaller truck. So we're always trying to get people lined up to what is best. But today, we're gonna show off the tow test. We've never actually towed the UEV-19, so this is our very first day taking that out to test, the towing, and also the Conqueror. We've towed this one already, the UEV-14, but we just wanted to show it off and see how well they do. So let's hit the road and see how well these, and then at the end we'll race.
Yeah, we'll race at the end.
Probably not fair that I have like a trailer that's twice the size of yours, and you're supercharged. Anyways, let's get going. Okay, we just made it to the highway, Michael.
You ready?
I'm ready for this tow test. So how should we take it? Let's start slow.
Yeah, we'll start out slow, 45 miles an hour, and then just start getting faster and faster until you're uncomfortable.
Okay, so we'll start out with 45. You want to follow me so you can just watch me from behind, and we'll rotate around and watch each other. Let's 45, 55, 60. Well, let's just keep on going up in 10 mile per hour increments until we, like you said, until we max it out. Unfortunately, I have like a governor at like 90, I think 6 miles per hour. So I can't go faster than that, but I don't recommend going faster than typically. Like, I don't agree a lot with California, but the one thing I do agree with is their speed limits when it comes to towing, which is 55. That's a good recommendation, especially if you've never towed in your life. Take it slow. You don't want to get reckless, but I will admit I never tow at 55. A little bit faster.
Yeah. I'm usually 65, but
65, 70.
That's where I'm happy.
Yeah, 65 to 70 is a great towing speed, but let's see how comfortable we feel with these trailers.
Perfect.
Okay, let's get going. I'll pull out in front and get on the highway. Okay, I'm going 55 miles per hour. I'm gonna do some evasive maneuvers. Just check it out and see how it's going.
Dodge that chicken in the road.
How did I look there?
I mean, you look like you're wiggling around, but it kept following you and recorrecting just fine.
Yeah, I think it's important for people to understand that if you try to inflict sway on the trailer, it's going to sway. But some trailers, when you do that, wiggle around, it seems like it starts making it worse. But yeah, you're right. This kind of like just corrected itself very quickly. You want to head up in front of me and go 55 and do the same thing?
Sure. Alright, I'm going 55. We'll engage some invasive maneuvering wiggles. That's not bad.
I mean, it does look a little scary, but But like, it's amazing that you're maneuvering it like that and it doesn't get worse. As soon as you stop maneuvering it, it goes straight immediately.
Yeah, it really jumps back to where it belongs.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible. It does look scary, but you immediately go right back to where you need to be, and it doesn't take you out of control, right?
Yeah, no, I was very comfortable.
Okay, come on up. Let's pass this truck, and let's get to 65. I want to wait until we get to a straightaway and kind of flat, because we are climbing a little bit, and climbing tends to reduce sway. So I want to get to a flat area or a downhill, because that's usually where sway is worse. See if you can keep up, little Jeep. Okay, so a quick little conversation as we get to our next speed test. I do want to say there's a lot of things that contribute to good towing and bad towing, sway and no sway, and you know, feel free to chime in. But the first thing that I want to talk about with sway is, obviously, if you're climbing a hill, you're not going to have as much sway. If you're on a flat straightaway, you potentially will have more sway, and going downhill, you're going to have even more sway. But I mean, why? What are some things that causes sway, Michael?
Yeah, so one is the balance of the trailer itself, the way it's all balanced out, that can create sway. Two, you could, if you're not properly have the proper hitch heights, you know, if you've put a hitch on that's too tall and you're kind of going up, you know, that can create, or if you're going too far down, you know, that's another aspect.
And I mean, sometimes I say the trailer is very important, but just as important as the trailer is the actual truck itself. You agree with that?
Oh yeah, the truck makes a huge difference too. You know, that's why trucks always have longer wheelbases, and the longer the wheelbase and wider the truck, the more stable it is and capable. You know, that's why they've, you know, all the semi trucks and all the guys that tow privately, they usually do it with dualies because they're wider and they have a bigger footprint, and they're heavier too.
Yeah, absolutely. Heavier, you know, the weight of the truck, the width of the truck, the length of the truck, the tires, all of these things contribute. And people sometimes think, oh, like, does the trailer sway? Does the trailer sway? And I always say, well, what are you going to be towing it with? Because that can actually contribute to more or less sway. So right now, I'm sitting in the Power Wagon, rated for close to 10,000 pounds of towing. And the trailer itself that I'm towing is 6,560 pounds. And I'm not going to experience sway near as much as, say, if you were towing this trailer.
Oh yeah, for sure. I could definitely experience more sway pulling that trailer, because, well, my truck is rated for 7,000 pounds, so I would be at my max, you know. And when you max out any tow vehicle, you know, you're at your max, so you're going to experience, you could experience some more problematic things when it comes to climbing hills, downhills, sway, you know, being able to actually keep the speed limit. A lot of little things come into play.
Yeah, absolutely. And how much does that trailer weigh that you're towing right now?
Yeah, so the trailer that I'm pulling weighs just barely over 5,000 pounds, and I'm rated for 7. So I'm, you know, in towards, you know, a little bit more than half of what my towing capability is. Yeah,
absolutely. But I think it's you're not pushing it. You know, a lot of people think, oh, my truck can tow 7,000 pounds, so they'll want to buy this trailer that I'm towing that's 6,560 pounds, and that's foolish. You shouldn't do that, because, you know, once you put water in it, you're going to be over 7,000 pounds, and that's nothing else, right? And you don't want to be at your limit.
Yeah, no, I would never recommend anybody to pull at the max. You need to leave a margin of space there to make sure that you don't overdo it.
Yeah, and I never like to tell people what margin of space, but everybody has opinions on it, and it's kind of like, what's your favorite color? Some people will tell you 50%, some people will tell you 80, 90, some people will tell you you can go 100%. That's what the manufacturer rates it for, so that's what you can do. I don't agree with that, but at the end of the day, you don't want to max it out. You absolutely do not want to go over your limit. That's dangerous, and technically, if you got in an accident, you would be in big, big trouble if you were exceeding your limits. Okay, here we are on another straightaway. I'm gonna put the truck up to cruise, and we'll see how this goes. Okay, I've just adjusted my cruise control to 65 miles per hour, and I'm not gonna do anything too crazy here, but I'll maneuver it around a little bit. Maybe pretend I'm swerving around a vehicle that stopped in front of me. Of course, that's a lot scarier doing that at 65 than it is 55. But the second I, straighten my steering wheel, the trailer corrects itself like almost immediately. So I'm feeling pretty good about it. You want to come up here and do 65, and please don't be too crazy. I don't want you to crash.
Neither do I.
Yeah, this actually tows really, really well. To be able to do that at 65 and not have the trailer get more and more out of control is a huge testament to how well this thing tows. 65 is doing very, very good.
All right, we'll set my cruise control to 65.
Be careful. Hey, your roof vent dome just flew up. But do your evasive maneuvers, and then let's stop and shut it.
Does that look crazy or not?
No, that doesn't look bad at all. Hey, that looks good. How do you feel?
I mean, I'm doing a little less than I was at 55, but it comes back. I don't feel it like it's overcorrecting or that it's creating a problem for me. It is following me, and it's not pushing me either.
Yeah, and I think that's really important. I mean, I've towed over 100,000 miles, probably pushing a few 100,000 miles, and there is a substantial difference. A trailer that has sway issues or sways more, the moment you start, doing this, back and forth, the trailer tends to want to start pulling you, and you start losing control. You're right. Like both of these trailers, the moment I go straight, it goes straight, which is what you want.
Yeah, trailer's supposed to trail you. I definitely have had some trailers where I felt that they were in more control and I was reacting to them versus them reacting to me.
I'm gonna bump it up to 70 to 75. I think I'm gonna go to 75 and see how I feel. Okay, I can't go 75 because this guy in front of me is going too slow. Texas.
One eternity later.
Okay, Michael, here we go. We're just going from Highway 6 over and jumping on the Interstate 70. How's that thing towing?
Great, I forget that it's there sometimes.
That's a good thing. So we've been, you know, down the 6, pretty much the speed limit's been consistently 65, so we haven't been able to really open it up. But I'm excited to get on the interstate because the speed limit here is 80.
Oh yeah, you'll be able to go. I mean, there's no reason to really ever go over 80 miles an hour, but.
Yeah, I think that's an important disclaimer to make, is like, we don't recommend towing over 80 miles per hour. Like if you have a dually and, you know, a fifth wheel, yeah, you know, whatever. But a travel trailer, single wheel, these types of trailers, you know, 65 to 70 is the golden rule, I think. Okay, get up close and watch me. I'm gonna put on cruise control at 75 miles per hour. Setting the cruise. There we go. Okay, I'm cruising at 75 miles per hour. I don't feel super comfortable doing evasive maneuvers at 75, but I'll do a little wiggle wiggle.
Yeah, you got a little wiggle there.
Yeah, that was a little wiggle. And I mean, like, it corrected itself pretty quickly. I mean, not as fast as going 65 or 55. Like, the second I pulled out of the wiggle, like the maneuver, it immediately went straight. This was like, it took a little, like a split second of a delay. Not even a second, but there was something.
I mean, right now I'm going 77 miles an hour. I'm passing a semi-truck, and it's like, one hand on the wheel.
Yeah, I wasn't even paying attention to that semi-truck. I was just focusing on my speed. That's a testament, is because a lot of times when I'm driving trailers, depending on the trailer, I'm kind of white-knuckling at past semi-trucks because they tend to make drafts. When they pass you, it's much worse. But that wasn't bad at all. Okay, do you want to pull up in front of me and I'll get you going 75?
Yeah.
Here he comes.
Set at 75.
You're doing some wiggle, wiggle, wiggle there? Be careful, that scares me.
Too much wiggle.
How do you feel?
I feel fine. I mean, I was going 80 for a bit back there too, so.
Okay, let's push it up. I mean, the speed limit's 80 here on Interstate 80. I mean 70. Let's push it up to 80, 85. See how we feel. No crazy maneuvers. I'm coming right on your side.
Yeah, I'm going 80. You're going what, 85?
Going 86.
You need to get to 88. That's when the magic happens.
88 miles per hour?
26.7 gigawatts.
Is that the number? Did you say the correct number?
21 gigawatts!
As I recall, it's a gigawatt.
What the hell is a gigawatt?
Marty! Where we're going,
We don't need roads.
we have off-road trailers.
Did you hit 90?
87 is the fastest I was able to get up to. I mean, I'm cruising at 87 right now. I went down a hill, hit a bump. It didn't feel too scary, but a little scary. I'm actually still using one hand because I'm using a radio, but I definitely feel more uncomfortable.
Yeah, but the point, at the end of the day, there's no speed limit that's really over 80 or 85.
I mean, I actually feel very comfortable at 80, and I've been passing these semi-trucks with one hand on the wheel, and I feel pretty confident and pretty comfortable. I will admit 80, 85 and above got a little bit uncomfortable. 86, 87, I could feel the trailer didn't like that. And when I passed one of the semi-trucks and hit a bump over 80, it kind of like bumped me around a little bit. but it wasn't that bad. Like, I actually could cruise at 80 on this road the whole way with my current setup. And I'm not riding perfectly level. I'm squatting a little bit on the Power Wagon. I could probably use, you know, some stronger springs or an airbag or something, but I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah, I think I'm okay with 80. I mean, even without a trailer, I usually don't go faster than 80.
Yeah, it's not too good for your fuel economy when you're going 80 miles per hour. And hey, most places in the country, the speed limit's not 80. The only place that I'm aware of is actually Utah. I don't know if anybody else has higher speed limits. That's an interesting question. You should make some comments if your speed limits are faster than 80. Hey, I'm averaging 8 miles per gallon. That's pretty fantastic in my book. What you doing, Michael?
I mean, while I'm trying to maintain 80, it's like 4. My current average is 8.5 though.
Yeah, I know. My current was like 4 when I was pushing it, but my average on this trip for the last 2 hours or so, I'm at 8.0.
Yeah, I'm at 8.5 for the trip.
I mean, these get way better fuel economy than electric vehicles. They don't even use fuel, for crying out loud.
I don't think you could make this trip with an electric vehicle. You'd have to stop and charge for a few hours.
Okay, I'm rolling. Wait, Michael, don't go. Okay, let's get lined up right here. Come to me. Are we lined up?
Yep.
Come up a little bit more. Right there. 3, 2, 1, go! Oh boy, it's cold! You beat me! Victory! Victory?
Yeah!
I don't know if that was considered.
There's conclusive footage. Did you not watch?
I haven't watched it yet. I actually want to see it. That might be in post-production. Can you like speed my truck up in post-production? I don't know. You may have passed the finish line by just a little bit.
Win's a win.
Yeah. I guess in the quarter mile you win, but I smoked you off the start.
You did.
And my trailer is
It is heavier.
1,500 pounds heavier.
We don't have the footage though, but without a trailer, I still win.
Oh, whatever. We'll see. We'll have to do another drag race. Overall, towing. Let's talk about the towing. What experience towing this thing?
Fantastic. No complaints. The UEV-14, it's great.
Yeah.
UEV-14 is great. I mean, it's some of the times as we were driving down here between going 65 up to 80 miles an hour, I forgot I had it.
Yeah, for sure. And I think off camera, I was like, I put it to cruise at like 81 and was just going with one hand. I was very comfortable. Over 85, I started feeling a little uncomfortable. 2,500, you know, Hemi. If you went with a diesel, it's just would be more than enough. I feel really good about these trailers. They tow fantastic. I wouldn't even recommend a friction sway control of any kind.
It's not needed.
It's unnecessary.
Yeah.
Obviously you want to be careful while you're towing, but like, I just don't think it's necessary. Fantastic.
Yeah. Awesome towing experience. So
well,
you're looking for a good trailer to pull behind your truck, this is a good trailer.
Yeah, Conqueror. Yeah, Conqueror. Great towing vehicle, trailer, one of the best. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any comments, make them below. Don't forget to subscribe.
And like.
Yeah.
Hit the bell.
Hit that bell and share it with a friend. And thank you so much for watching. See you later. Bye-bye.